Hi everyone, this is Anton Reyes, and in this video, we will be talking about 4 negative side effects of pride in our lives and in our relationships. Pride, in its negative definition, is a lofty, arrogant, and excessive view of oneself, abilities, and achievements. Pride distorts, divides, and destroys. It works like a virus and it spreads to every area of our lives. And like an infection, the longer it stays in our hearts unchecked, the greater the damage it does. So the more aware we are of its works and the more we understand how it affects us, the more effective our fight against it will be. Here are 4 things that pride does to a person. Number 1, pride puts us in a negative state. The moment we allow pride to creep into our hearts, it automatically puts us in a negative state. In this state, our perception gets distorted. We start to see and interpret the world from a perspective of negativity. And the longer pride stays in our hearts, the more negative we become as a person. Pride will eventually drain gratitude from our hearts, and slowly we can start losing the ability to see and appreciate the blessings around us. Without gratitude, we become too critical and fault-finding, and this starts a cycle of negativity in our lives that eventually will lead us to losing our joy and our peace. Number 2, pride makes us self-centered and self-valuing. As negativity increases, pride continues its work and transforms us into a self-centered, self-valuing person. We begin overvaluing ourselves and undervaluing everybody else. With the rise of self-centeredness and self-value, the standards we place on other people starts to rise to an extreme. It will reach a point that no one is ever good enough for us, and everybody falls short of our high standard. Our spouse, kids, other family members, people who we work with, our friends, none of them will be able to live up to that standard. This high standard produces unrealistic expectations on everyone and everything, and it will leave us in constant disappointment. Before we continue, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please click that subscribe button, like this video, hit that notification bell, and share this to a friend. Let's get back to the side effects of pride. Number 3, pride affects our senses. Pride targets and infects our senses so that it won't be able to function properly. Pride affects our eyes. It causes us to have hawk-eye vision on other people's faults, but we become blind as a bat to our own faults and mistakes. Pride affects our ears. It gives us selective hearing problems. It automatically rejects any form of advice, correction, or criticism that doesn't agree to our position, our ideas, or opinions, and we also take them as a threat. When this happens, our defense system goes up right away. Pride also affects our sense of feeling, making us unable to sympathize and empathize with other people. It prioritizes the protection and expression of our own feelings with no regard to its effect on other people. It hardens our heart to the point that it cannot love. Pride also affects our mind. All that negativity puts our mind into a survival mode, and it becomes very defensive. It's in high alert, it takes offense easily, and is extremely resentful. It starts to see things in black and white. Either you are for me or you're against me. In this mode, our minds also become prone to wrong judgment. After all, it is fed distorted information by our pride-corrupted senses. Number 4, pride hinders our growth. Growth stops the moment pride begins. Pride and growth are on 2 opposite ends of a seesaw. When pride rises, growth and learning falls. Why does growth stop? Well, let's compare the learning ability of a humble person to a proud person. A humble person has one game-changing advantage in learning over a proud person. The humble person has many teachers. Unlike the proud person, whose learning is limited to experts and to the very few that he considers to be above himself, the humble person, on the other hand, can learn from anyone, high, low, or equal. This makes the humble person a greater learner than the proud person. The humble person can also accept correction and criticism from anyone, which is a big part of growth and maturity. A proud person can only accept a limited amount of correction from someone that he considers superior and almost zero amount of correction or criticism from anybody else. These advantages make a humble person a better learner. And when there is much learning, there is also much growth. And when there is much growth, there is maturity. Immaturity, on the other hand, is just another consequence of pride in our life. As we can see from these 4 things I've mentioned, allowing pride to continue unchecked in our hearts will be destructive to ourselves and to our relationships. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 29 verse 23, "A person's pride will bring him low, but a humble person will obtain honor." Let's be intentional in practicing humility in our daily lives. Stop judging people and devaluing them. Learn to forgive and ask forgiveness. Learn to admit your mistakes and accept correction. Learn to value other people's opinions and learn to listen to them. And always, keep God at the center of your life and learn to submit to Him. That's it for us today. Let me know your thoughts about this topic in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video and God bless you.